Hello and welcome. Today, we're re-diving into the heart of one of the most classic and captivating stories ever told, the love triangle. Specifically, we're setting our story right in the middle of a bustling university campus where a 21-year-old girl finds herself caught between two very different boys. Imagine this. You're walking across the quad, textbooks in hand. Life is a whirlwind of classes, friends, and late-night study sessions. Then, suddenly, it's not just about academics anymore. It's about navigating the complicated, thrilling, and sometimes heart-wrenching world of love. This isn't just a simple crush. It's a slow-burning romance that has the potential to change everything. Our story, Two Hearts, One Campus, explores exactly that. It's about more than just choosing between two people. It's about discovering who you are in the process. We'll see how complex emotions drive the narrative, how tension builds when hearts get tangled, and how every choice, big or small, shapes the future. Let's meet our main character. Let's call her Chloe. Chloe is bright, ambitious, and at that exciting age of 21 where the future feels both limitless and terrifyingly close. She's focused on her studies, her friends, and figuring out her path after graduation. Love is the last thing on her mind, or so she thinks. Then two people enter her life, turning her well-organized world upside down. On one side, we have Leo. He's in her literature class, the thoughtful, artistic type who challenges her ideas and sees the world in shades of poetry. Their connection is intellectual, a meeting of minds that slowly blossoms into something deeper during late-night talks in the library and shared coffees between lectures. With Leo, Chloe feels seen and understood on a profound level. He encourages her passions and makes her feel like the most interesting person in the room. He's the safe harbor, the steady hand. On the other side, there's Ethan. He's the captain of the soccer team, charismatic, energetic, and full of life. Ethan pulls Chloe out of her comfort zone. He's all about spontaneous adventures, loud laughter, and living in the moment. With him, life is a thrilling roller coaster. He introduces her to a side of herself she didn't know existed, the daring, fun-loving girl who isn't afraid to take a risk. The connection with Ethan is electric, a spark of pure, undeniable chemistry. So here's Chloe, standing at a crossroads. Two incredible guys, two completely different kinds of love. This is where the story truly begins. The development of a love triangle isn't instantaneous. It requires a crucial element, mutuality. It's not a one-sided crush. For the triangle to form, both Leo and Ethan have to be genuinely interested in Chloe, and more importantly, Chloe has to have genuine, albeit different, feelings for both of them. It's this mutual pull that creates the central conflict. Chloe isn't leading anyone on. She's genuinely torn. She values the deep emotional connection she shares with Leo just as much as she craves the exhilarating excitement she feels with Ethan. Each relationship offers something the other doesn't, filling different needs and desires within her. This creates a powerful internal struggle. The emotional tension is the engine that drives this kind of story. It stems from conflicting desires and a deep sense of loyalty. Chloe feels a pull towards Leo's quiet stability, but she's also drawn to Ethan's vibrant energy. Every moment spent with one feels like a small betrayal of the other. If she's laughing at Ethan's jokes at a party, a part of her wonders what Leo is doing, probably reading the book they were just talking about. If she's having a deep conversation with Leo, she might feel a pang of longing for the simple, uncomplicated fun she has with Ethan. This constant push and pull creates an internal turmoil that is both relatable and heartbreaking. It's a dance of guilt, desire, and confusion. And it's not just Chloe who feels this tension. Think about Leo and Ethan. From their perspective, they are navigating their own emotional landscapes. They are aware on some level that they aren't the only one in the picture. This introduces a layer of rivalry, jealousy, and insecurity. The tension escalates as their lives become more intertwined. Maybe Leo sees Chloe wearing Ethan's soccer hoodie. Maybe Ethan finds a book of poetry on Chloe's desk, a gift from Leo. These small moments are like sparks in a field of dry grass, heightening the drama and forcing the characters to confront the reality of their situation. The campus setting makes this even more intense. It's a closed ecosystem. You can't avoid people. They're in your classes, your dorm, the dining hall. Every corner Chloe turns, she might run into Leo or Ethan, or worse, see them together. This constant proximity means there is no escape from the emotional pressure cooker. Friends get involved, rumors might start to fly, and the weight of her choice becomes a public spectacle, adding another layer of stress. Now let's talk about the outsider. In any love triangle, there is often a moment where one person feels like the odd one out. This role can shift. One week, Chloe might spend more time with Leo, leaving Ethan feeling uncertain and on the periphery. The next, a weekend trip with Ethan and his friends might make Leo feel like he's losing his connection with her. For the person on the outside, it's a confusing mix of emotions. There's the excitement of the chase, the hope that you'll be the one chosen. But there's also the gnawing uncertainty, the fear of getting hurt, and the frustration of being in a competition you never signed up for. This dynamic creates a lot of suspense. As viewers, we are constantly asking, who will she choose? But the more interesting question is, how will this experience change them all? The resolution of a love triangle is never just about the final choice. It's about character growth. This entire ordeal forces Chloe, Leo, and Ethan to grow up. Chloe has to look inward and truly understand what she wants, not just from a partner, but for her life. Is she looking for stability and intellectual companionship, or adventure and passion? Or can she find a balance of both? She learns that she can't make everyone happy and that sometimes the hardest choices are the ones that are most true to yourself. Her journey is one of self-discovery. She must learn to be decisive and to own her feelings, even when they're messy and complicated. This isn't about picking the right guy. It's about Chloe becoming the right version of herself. And what about Leo and Ethan? They also learn valuable lessons about love, rejection, and respect. The one who isn't chosen has to learn how to handle disappointment with grace. It's a test of character. Do they become bitter, or do they accept the decision and move on, having learned something about themselves and what they look for in a relationship? Even the winner of the triangle has to navigate the aftermath, building a relationship on a foundation that was, for a time, shared with someone else. In stories like Campus Crushes, the choices made by the characters are what define them. Every decision, from a small text message to a major confession, pushes the narrative forward and reveals their true nature. A choice to be honest, even when it's painful, shows maturity. A choice to hide or manipulate shows fear and insecurity. We watch as these three young adults are molded by the pressure of their intertwined emotions. The slow-burning nature of this campus romance is what makes it so compelling. It's not a whirlwind affair that ends as quickly as it begins. It's built over time through shared experiences, stolen glances across a lecture hall, and conversations that last until dawn. This slow burn allows the emotional connections to deepen, making the eventual choice all the more impactful. It allows us, the audience, to invest in all three characters, to understand their perspectives, and maybe even to root for different outcomes at different times. In the end, a story about a love triangle is a story about the human heart. It's messy, it's beautiful, and it's incredibly complex. Chloe's dilemma between Leo and Ethan is a journey that will resonate with anyone who has ever been torn between their head and their heart. It explores how we navigate the powerful currents of love, loyalty, and self-discovery on the path to finding out who we are meant to be. This is the story of two hearts, one campus, a tale of choices, consequences, and the slow, beautiful, and sometimes painful unfolding of love. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into storytelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you next time.